Welcome back to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura and I've been doing general message for Libra. Know that energy is fluid, so roles could be reversed. Just interpret the message as it best resonates with you. And I almost forgot. We still have a few more hours of Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving. I hope that everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving for those of you that celebrated here in the States. Okay, if you're new to my channel, know that anything of any importance you can find in the description box below. Now, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, it's important to know that part of your reading is always a shadow reading because I consider myself a healer. So I don't just look at what your person, feels about you or how they acted or what they're going to do. We like to look at the spiritual blocks and see how they play out as the karmic theme, because that's where the healing is. To transcend a situation, to change it, to heal it, to balance it, a lot of times we need to understand what's blocking in order to integrate the spiritual lesson. And so what's great is that whether you're tuning in to find out about a person today, or whether or not 3 months from now you're not even interested in that person, what's great is you learn the spiritual lesson so that you can break the karmic cycle. Because until we actually integrate a spiritual lesson, we'll keep on having to relive a karmic pattern within our life. And it's because we are unconscious to the behaviorisms and the habits and the beliefs that are blocking us. So that's why you want to know about the healing aspect, because like I said, many times we're tuning in because we're attached to a karmic, and everyone knows how difficult it can be to get away from a karmic. And it's because there's so much unconditional love. There's such a deep connection, but the person's toxic. The person needs healing. So it's how much time and energy we put into a relationship. That is how big our wound is. And doesn't even mean how much time you're actually with them. It's how much space they're taking up within you, meaning how much time are you thinking about this person and what could be in place of that really is what is usually needs to be healed. Okay, anyway, if you want to, again, enter into winning a free reading with me, you got to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word in the comment bar. The word comes from the Psychic Soul Healer deck, and today's word is going to be exquisiteness. Now, I pulled that card yesterday, so we're not going to do that because, like I said, we did, and I'm always afraid that get two similar readings when I pull that, and that could just be because that's the energy that really needs to come out. So if I'm feeling exquisite, I can say that someone perceives you as very different, very unique, that you are exquisite. Maybe within your profession, you do things different. You're just unique and authentic and vibing high, something that a person feels that is different. That's the energy there if we were going to go that route. But we're going to pull a few extra cards because I'm going to do it a little bit different today to ensure that we don't get the same reading. Okay. We are alchemists. We transform fear into love and shadow into light. So this is a soul relationship, and I would say it is a karmic relationship because, again, spirit brings people into our life to teach us, to heal us, to grow us. Again, there's a bigger reason to why we're in here in the physical form. We're here to learn and to manifest, and we're supposed to be learning that we're not separate from unconditional love. We wouldn't exactly know what that was unless we met a karmic. Like I said, a karmic is someone that, and maybe that's why I was called to share that within the intro, that many times we have this unconditional love and this real deep, authentic soul level with a person, almost in the 3D, in the mind, in the astral realm. But in the physical realm, the person is really imbalanced. The person like needs a lot of healing. And so they don't treat you right. But there's this karmic connection. So we know that this is soul relationship. This one also popped out, which is don't listen to other people, trust yourself. And so the person has people around them that listen to them. They're not strong within themselves. So remember, karmic, comes into your life to trigger you so that you look at the wounds. And the thing is, you're in separation with this karmic, and you're almost in a Mexican standstill. No one's moving, no one's changing. However, your person's getting a lot of anxiety. They know why you're in their life. And other people know that they're attached to. They might not have shared who you are, but everybody knows that someone's in their life, even if you're not spending time, because they're taking up space within this person's mind. And like I said, when there's a soul connection that's happening in the astral realm, it means that our mind is connected to a person, and it means our emotions are connected. That's what a spiritual connection is. It's a telepathic bond, and it is because it transcends time and space. It's from a past life. So the person and you met up in this life, incidentally, the universe brought you together through some crazy way, whether that was you met in school, whether it was a car accident, whether it can be anything. But the universe brought you two together, and there's this telepathic bond, but it also brings up a lot of, triggers. And because again, this is a very, very deep connection. And what it is that your person doesn't feel confident within themselves, if they're listening to other people, if they're influenced from other people. I feel like people know that people, and I'm feeling that those people are kind of like negative. Like they're not coming straight at your person to be like, ooh, like who's in your life? They're trying to like joke this person and egg them on because they want information about what they're doing. So my heart is with another right now. I have to finish this karmic contract in order to be free. Didn't I tell you, like this person has people around them? So you have a connection to a person that is like, I'm feeling, if this person we're going to see leaves, then they are a twin flame. If they stay connected to the karmic mate, then they are a karmic for you. See, so this can go either way. We can see whether or not you're healed or whether you're not. And obviously, like if you're not healed, you would give a person a lot of time if they're attached to somebody else, right? In hopes that they would leave. You might even believe this person might even lie, might leave information out, may make things again make you perceive that they're leaving. But if they're healed or they want to be healed, they would again end the karmic connection properly and do the right thing, because again, they're moving into a higher state of consciousness, which is unconditional love, which is there's no expectation, there is no ownership, it just is. So we see right here, this is why it's a karmic, why twin flame relationships are karmic, because there's a choice, it's learning, and God gives you free will. So meaning depending on what you do is going to be your outcome. Like I said, if a person's not coming from a place of unconditional love, they don't love themselves, then a lot of times this is why they wouldn't learn it. But hopefully we're going to see what happens in the cards. And I do it that way. I wanted to explain that way because I'm sure this is a collective reading. Some of you are going to choose to do the right thing, but for those of you that don't, you need to understand what needs to be transmuted. Remember, you're the alchemist of your life, meaning it's your job to transmute your wounds. I'm afraid of losing you. So again, you could be someone that's really afraid of losing this person, or understand, I know your person's afraid of losing you, because again, it is a soulmate twin flame relationship. So this person can't control it. They might have even tried to walk away, and what they see is that they can't really walk away. So they would try to come back and try and come back, but like lowballing you, like again, underselling you. Twin flame journey, I'm telling you, I knew, but that's why it's twin flame journeys are karmic. When we understand why, I'm only going to pull one more from this deck. Divine counterpart. So this is, again, your person, I believe, is going to leave, because it's like the twin flame journey, divine counterpart, which means there that everywhere where you have a block, your person has gifts. They're talented, they have, and vice versa. So this is why a twin flame seems like another person's other half. We don't really truly have half of a soul, but we all go through experiences that create psychic trauma, psychological trauma, and that distorts our perceptions about ourselves and the world around us, which makes us ourselves form behaviorisms and habits that are out of alignment with our true self, with our higher self. The higher self is the God part of self, which is made of unconditional love. And that's why we're down here, to learn that we're not separate from unconditional love. But when we're blocked, we're seeing ourselves through a different perception, and that's because of what we are creating. So the Great Awakening is really becoming aware. And I believe your person knows that you're supposed to be in their life, because all these, you see it, like all cards are saying what it is. Now, that doesn't mean easy. It doesn't mean easy at all. So, I mean, don't be surprised if you start be like, okay, like, what is this? Like, because it's meant to be. Both parties have wounds. Both parties are triggering the wounds. The unconditional love for each is what makes us stay in these type of connections. Otherwise, you'd want to kill this person. That's why they say there's a fine line between love and hate, because you really want to kill that person. You are always on my mind, because this person's separate from you. And the thing is that they see that you're so different from everyone else, that you're just so different from everyone else. You're fun to watch. And I believe that, again, you have your higher chakras open, your heart's open, your third eye's open, your throat chakra's open, your crown chakra's open. This person's root chakra is very wide open. They if anything, they're very grounded. And their second chakra is a little imbalanced, but it's more opened, where they're more easygoing in certain areas, I guess, maybe within business, the grounding, and then the fire, solar plexus. Also believe that you are more healed and more evolved. And obviously our evolution is that how healed we are. So that's what soulmate twin flame journeys are about. All right, so then we see fights, arguments, conflicts. So like I said, didn't I tell you? So don't be surprised, because your soulmate twin flame is going to do that. It's like to make us look at what's out of balance. So there's been a lot of that. And because there's always usually a power struggle too. Because your soulmate and your soulmate twin flame, they don't think the same. Their approach to life is different, especially if your higher chakras are open and this person's lower chakras are open more. we can see that your approach might be, well, I tend to do things very intuitively, and I'm a very sensitive person, and I have good empathy for people. And your person may be one of those people like, I don't have any empathy, and I'm going to get straight to the point, and this is what I want, and this is what I'm going to give to you in return, and everything's very structured, and so they're not good with the emotions. So we understand why there would be triggers and conflict. But understand, God has brought this person into your life to teach you how to heal. And that's through balancing by integrating more of their energy just a little bit, and vice versa. And unconditional love lets us do that. We don't want to do that a lot of times because our ego is like, no, I don't want to do that. That person needs to surrender to me, damn it. Like they need to tell me how desirable I am. I need time. And so I feel like your person, it's hard for them because they know this connection, but they would have to surrender. And I feel like they're having a hard time surrendering. They're just having a hard time surrendering. It's like, I'm not ready. They're not ready. So they know that this is a connection, but they are totally afraid of, they're totally afraid of losing you, but they're totally afraid of doing the work. I feel like they don't think that they'll be good enough. There's a sense that they have to do a lot more healing with inside themselves. Feel like they get a lot of triggers. So we're just gonna look at some. I mean, I don't even want to look at this deck. I want to look at their wounds, because as far as right now, this person knows what they have to do, but they're not ready to do it. So what else is there to say? You know, I mean, some of you would say yes, some of you say no, but what we can say is you can ask yourself, why did I attract this person? If you're a magnet of who and what comes into your life, and this person came into your life at this time, and it's considered, everything's considered divine time, because again, everything of the universe, there is no wrong time. Everything is according in divine order, meaning it's unfolding the way that it should be, even when we say that it shouldn't be. Because something can look really bad, and we say that's not supposed to be what it is. And Spirit says, yes, it is, because I make it that way. Everything runs according to karma. So what there is there's fights and arguments, and your person would feel like almost like they would have to like compromise a lot and do a lot of healing, like I said, and they're not 100% ready to do that healing. But we say, okay, well, why did I attract this person that's not ready? That there was this unconditional love, there was this potential, but this person didn't step into that, their divine counterpart, really. And that's, we want to know why. Like, what? That's the best that we can do. We can ask why, and we can ask, will this person eventually get on track? But we don't want to say, well, why did you attract this person right now? Because what are you supposed to be learning? What are you supposed to be healing? This person brought you to a place of unconditional love, and that is to bring you to what is not healed within inside yourself. And we can find what that is by looking at the inner child wounds, and the inner child is guidance and like not having support. Like this person is like, there's having a parent that loves you, having an adult or someone that is supposed to be an authoritative figure in your life that represents like a guardian. Is they give love, they're a teacher, they give support. And what we see here is that this person is not giving you support because they're not ready to step into their true self. They're not supporting themselves because they don't believe in really who they are. They know that they'd have to do healing. They know that they'd have to do change. And this person is not ready to do that change. We don't know why, and we don't know whether they will later on down the line, but at this present moment. So we say, okay, so guidance, what are you supposed to do with that information? What healing energy are you supposed to integrate in order to get something out of this reading? Otherwise, it's just like, well, the person was in a house. Like, it's like the spirit says, well, the amount of time and energy you focused on this person, you were holding space. So you weren't creating yourself. So the feeling of lack is because of that. You gave that person that wasn't given to you, but you were holding space for unconditional love. And they could actually feel that. So a lot of times when you remove that energetic bond, because like we said, there's telepathic bond. This is your person can feel you the same way that you can feel them. They're just not giving in to surrendering, and that's the ego. So we know a person truly loves us when they surrender their ego. And so what you feel is, again, no guidance, no support, because that's what guidance is. And so emotionally, no support, because the person's not here. They're like, I'm not ready to do what I need to do. What I should do for myself, because I should be living authentically. Open to the universe. I'm discovering my worth and my abilities. So Spirit said that you gave somebody, let me just read the whole thing, but I almost have to cut myself off because I'm getting excited. And I'm getting excited because it's a good message. And so understand it says, open to the universe. What is the universe? The universe is the energy of God. It's made up of unconditional love. We have that same energy inside of us. That's that supernatural energy inside of us, why we can recognize a soulmate twin flame. That is creative energy. It's when we do something, we become masters of it because we do it so much. Like a piano player, right? They might start off as a disaster, but become a master. Everybody actually starts off as a disaster and becomes a master, because mastery comes in doing. Something that you love a lot is something that you have unconditional love for. What did I say that the energy of God is? Love, unconditional love. The energy of the universe is unconditional love. And you're supposed to be open to that. And here it is, you're giving to someone that wasn't there. So what Spirit says is, the spiritual lesson that you were supposed to learn is you discovering your worth and your abilities. I have confidence in my value and my potential. So mastering your craft to really get confident, because that's that guidance. What did we say? The support that you need is those. You're not going to get it from your parents. You're not going to get it from the people that didn't give it to you in childhood. And you're not going to get it from anyone coming into your life if you don't master it. So what Spirit is saying is, I needed to do this because you needed to reclaim your inner power. Because it says here that you need to know and accept and love yourself completely. Your shadows were blocking you, that you were feeling inadequate because you weren't putting time into yourself to create support. Because guidance is really that, because you didn't have guidance. And understand, if your parents struggled with finances, or they always worked, or there was some sort of karmic theme around money, and then on top of it, there was struggles that they couldn't give to you. It's not a blame game, but it sometimes helps us to realize, what is the block? Where did the block come from? And so it was a root chakra imbalance, because again, it happened at a young age. So you had to master it. And also watching your parents struggle, like I said, within their jobs. Maybe they worked a job that they didn't like. They never found their unique individuality. They never found their purpose. And that, like I said, their unique individuality is the essence, what makes them unique, what makes them who they are. And we have to find that. That's a process. Sometimes when we don't have guidance, we get into the wrong relationships. So we spend a lot of time going from relationship to relationship to relationship, trying to please to get the love outside. So what the Spirit is saying is, no, you need to be open to the divine light of the universe by discovering your own worth, because then your confidence will be better, and you will be vibrating at a higher vibrational frequency where you won't pull people to you that are emotionally not available and not ready. You pulled someone to you because you're not ready. Down a spiritual part of you feels that way. So I'm going to leave that there. Now, if you resonated with this, you let me know. And if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, remember, you have to be ready for one of my readings. I'm not going to lie. A lot of times people aren't ready. And I was going to look for the word because I forgot it already. Because when you channel, you're not in your body, you're in your head. So if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you'll have to rewind and write the word of the day, or you can just write the word thankful in your comment bar. But you'll have to be ready for a spiritual reading because they're not all happy. They're healing. You get the readings that you need to hear, not the ones that you want to hear. Also, if you are in need of shadow healing, I have subscriptions that start at $5 a month, $7.99 a month, $20 a month. The only difference are with the different tiers is how often I'll be on, how many games and prizes and giveaways and stuff like that are given. Otherwise, every single subscription, I offer inner child healing, shadow healing, reparenting, and then the healing modalities to help you heal the effects of psychic trauma and trauma just in general. All trauma breeds psychological trauma. And the psychological trauma distorts our perceptions about ourselves and the world around us, making us have behaviorisms and habits that are out of alignment with our true self, our higher self. So, like I said, you can make the rest of your life the best of your life. You can change your life, but you have to want to. You need to love yourself enough, and that's what this reading was all about. This reading was all about Spirit saying you need to love yourself enough to find yourself and become really your true self, so you attract people that can give you what you need. Otherwise, you're always going to mirror people that are lacking, and lacking here. This person is lacking in every which way. There's a love, but they're not there at all. And who needs a relationship that's in the astral realm and not in the physical realm? You need to say, I'll meet you around next lifetime, hopefully when you'll be more evolved. All right, I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye, and happy Thanksgiving. Bye-bye.